Hey, what is happening, guys? Soul Reaper 03 here, and welcome to the Soulsathon, and most importantly, welcome to Demon Souls. Now, this is going to be one of possibly the most daring things I've ever done on YouTube. Just in general, never mind just on YouTube. Mostly because this game, these like Soulsathons and stuff have been done so much by various different YouTubers. I'm not going to name any of them. If you've been following Souls on YouTube, you'll know who I'm talking about. Um, so I feel like I don't want to be I don't want to feel like I'm jumping on the bandwagon, but at the same time, this is something I've wanted to do for a while. Just anyway, here we are. So what the plan is I'm going to do Demon Souls, which is obviously what I'm doing today. Doing Dark Souls 1, once we finish Demon Souls, then Dark Souls 3 with Bloodborne and Sekiro, and then finally Elden Ring. I do plan on doing all respective DLC as well, so Notorious of the Abyss for Dark Souls 1, Ashes of Oriental, and The Ring City for Dark Souls 3, The Old Hunters for Bloodborne, and of course Shadow of the Erdtree for Elden Ring. As I said, these games are going to get very long very quickly, so I will, as I said, if you've been following my channel for the last couple of weeks or so, I'm going to be trying to be uploading at least every Monday. There's a Monday coming up that I may or may not be able to get a video out because I've got a family birthday that weekend, so I don't know if I don't know if I'll get a chance to be able to record, but I'll obviously let you know once I know for definite. But anyway, on with the video. I'm going to be staying offline because I don't want to be invaded. So I'm going to be doing a strength build for basically all of these games. The only one that I'm not going to be doing the strength build for is Sekiro. If you know anything about Sekiro, you'll know there isn't a strength build. There's no build or type like at all in Sekiro. Never mind a strength build. Bloodborne's strength builds sort of work differently, but we'll cover that when we get back. But yeah, that is my character. He's going to have the same name as everyone else in this game series, and that is Bonk. So yeah, the starting classes, you got your soldier, which is kind of like your I don't like using the word noob, because if you've never played these games before, obviously if you're new to the games, then obviously you're not gonna know what you're doing, really, are you? I've been your knight, which is kind of like your quality build. If you're doing like a claymore build or something like that, that's a kind of quality build. It's equal strength and dexterity, in case you're wondering what quality is. Hunter, which is kind of the same, I think. It might even be more leaning towards quality because of 11 strength and 12 dexterity. Priest, which is obviously your faith build. Magician, pretty self-explanatory, it's your magic build. Wanderer, which is your dexterity build by the looks of it, yeah. Barbarian, which is obviously what I'm going for, which is a strength build. Thief, it's like a dexterity magic hybrid kind of build, I think. Looks like I know a lot of speedrunners do a thief. Temple Knight, which is kind of your even across the board kind of build, and then royalty, which is another magic build. But as I said, we're going for barbarian, doing strength. Yeah, that is my character.
King Alant the Twelfth, by channeling the power of souls, brought unprecedented prosperity to his northern kingdom of Boletaria. That is, until the colorless deep fog swept across the land. Boletaria was cut off from the outside world, and those who dared penetrate the deep fog never returned. But Valifax of the royal twin fangs broke free from the fog and told the world of Boletaria's plight. That the old King Alant had roused the Old One, the great beast below the Nexus, from its eternal slumber, and that a colorless fog had swept in, unleashing terrible demons. The demons hunt down men and claim their souls. Those who lose their souls lose also their minds. The mad attack the sane, and chaos reigns. Valifax also spoke of the enticing power of the demon souls. Each time a demon claims a human soul, the demon's own soul is invigorated by the life force, and the power of a mature demon soul is beyond human imagination. The legend spread quickly. Mighty warriors lured by the possibilities braved the fissure to breach the accursed land, but none have returned. Bjor of the Twin Fangs, Yurt the Silent Chief, Saint Urbane, Skirva the Wanderer, the sixth Saint Astraea with her knight Garl Vinland, and Sage Frake the Visionary. The colorless deep fog slowly creeps beyond Boletaria's borders. Humankind faces a slow and steady extinction. The deep fog will eventually swallow all lands near and far. But Boletaria has one final hope. A lone warrior who has braved the baneful fog. Oh, has the land found its savior? Or have the demons found a new slave?
So, would you like to play the Journey to the Nexus? Basically, the Journey to the Nexus is the tutorial. It's... You don't have... If you've played these games before, and if you're obviously playing Demon's Souls, you don't have to do the tutorial. It kind of just goes over the mechanics. With a few exceptions, in Bloodborne, Sekiro, and Elden Ring, the controls to these games are basically the same. But this, as I said, we will cross that bridge when we come to it. But for the sake of the video, we will do the tutorial.
Brave soul who fears not death. I shall guide you to the fissure. So that you may lull the old one back to slumber.
So I'm going to be honest with you, this first video is just going to be me doing this tutorial, and then next video we will be plowing on with the game, just because this tutorial compared to some of the other ones, especially in like Dark Souls 3 and stuff, can take quite a while, but it's not a problem. From kind of next video, I mean, we'll get into a boss this video too, I suppose, but I'm kind of hoping to do at least one boss per video, especially for this series, for this game, because there are quite a few bosses in this game. I'll be aiming to do like one stage per like episode, I'm hoping. I might, but I might, like, towards the end, in, like, World, like, 4 and 5, I might do, 1 or 2 stages per video, because the, so yeah, this area is kind of just, as I said, it's the tutorial, it's not, there's not much, really, to look at, it's just a couple of enemies to kill, and, a couple of, not really any, like, loot or anything to grab in this area, or if there is, I don't know of it. Oh, there is loot. Never seen this before. that's just heals. Oh yeah, that reminds me. In this game, healing works slightly differently because in this game you have, you can see in the bottom left hand corner of my screen, you can see I've got crescent grass, the little green grass equipped. That's my healing. I get rid of these because I don't need them. Yes, and then compared to the rest of the games where you've got Estus Flasks in Dark Souls 1 and 3, you've got Blood Vials and Bloodborne. I can't remember the name of the healing item in Sekiro, and then you've got the Crimson Flasks in Elden Ring. So the healing works slightly differently in this. You don't have a flask or vial in this game like the grasses. But yeah, as I said, this is kind of the tutorial. There's not much to it really. Yeah, backstab. Backstabs are really fun with certain weapons in this game. In these games. But it's hard to pull off sometimes because it depends on the enemy type you're up against. Because of like their attacks and stuff. But these guys can be a pain. They're just a pain, if I'm honest. These blue knights, you can counter them later in the game, and you can counter them in the Fifth World, and you can get the Red Eye Knights, which are like basically the beefed up versions of these guys. They are also a pain, especially early on. I mean, they're a pain when you're supposed to fight them later in the game. These guys are obviously a little bit easier because obviously this is the tutorial, and you know they don't want people. These games are known for their difficulty, but like they don't want people just being like, "Oh, I got killed by these guys in one hit in the tutorial. I don't want to play this game anymore." They don't want people being like that. So obviously, you know, their health is their health pool isn't as big in the tutorial compared to what it's like in the main game. Ow. You. Yeah, enemies with bows and enemies with magic in these games are a pain in the bum. Mostly because they're obviously. I'm playing a strength build, so I'm like, you know, up close and personal. They like to play from range, obviously they range left, so it's not a fun combo. But yeah, that's kind of the thing. The tutorial in these games are very short. The tutorial's basically over. Kill the bosses off that. So, speaking of bosses, this is the Vanguard Demon. Spoiler alert, you are supposed to die to this guy. Like, you can beat him, it is possible, loads of people have done it, but you are supposed to die to him. You can fight him again in is it World 4? I think so. But it's obviously not this version. I don't think you get anything for beating him here, apart from like his soul, which you can't get like boss weapons and stuff in this game until you beat the second boss in World 2. So it's, I don't know, it's worth it if you want the weapon it gives you, but like you have to wait for to be able to get the weapon. So if you're not willing to wait, then obviously it's not really worth it. So anyway, this guy, if you've seen the promotional material things, this game is particular. This guy will probably. He has a couple of moves that will, like his axe swings and stuff. They do a lot of damage. These. I think if you get his soul, you get that axe. I could be wrong. I've never got his boss weapon. I always. Oh no. never got, as I was saying, I've never got his boss weapon, so I don't know what that boss will give you. But yeah, that's the tutorial done.
Soul of the lost withdrawn from
So
its vessel.
that's kind of where I'm going to leave the video, if I'm honest. As I said, I kind of wanted to get the tutorial and stuff done in this video, and then
Soul of the lost
once
withdrawn
we've
from
kind of
its
done,
vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletaria. Thou canst not quit the Nexus, but the 5 archstones will guide thee to the outer lands.
so yeah, that is kind of, as I said, that's the tutorial done. This is the Nexus. You've got the 5 kind of like archstones, which are the different worlds you can go to. Only this one is open for the minute. After you beat the first boss in there, you can go to the rest. You've kind of got your NPCs. I don't know who this is. That's Baldwin, the blacksmith. Stockwell Thomas, who is kind of like a storage guy. You've got the miracle people that's over here. They're not over here yet, though. And then you got the magic pilot people who goes on the other side, or it might be the other way around. I don't know. I can never remember. Obviously, I'm neither a miracle nor magic build. What's it, Tommy?
Oh my, has God abandoned us for King Alant, failing to show proper respect? Oh, Mbassa.
You're the miracle guys, because this is the miracle side. All the miracle people say I'm Bassa for some reason. I'm not entirely 100% sure on the story of these games. I know bits, but like I don't know loads. If you guys want to kind of know the story and stuff, you can always go and like you can watch like Varty's videos and stuff on it. Among others, loads of people have done videos on the stories of these games. Yeah, I think that's going to kind of leave it there for that video. Part 1 is done. So, in the next part, we'll be heading off to the Gates of Boletaria, which is the first like level of this game. But until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.